Okay, so I'm just going to read my teaching philosophy. I plan on being a guide in children's lives to steer them on a path to success. I will provide a curriculum that is engaging, inclusive, and safe. Learning, to me, should be a fun but collaborative journey. Students have prior knowledge and experiences coming into my future classroom that I plan on utilizing in their education. I want to work together with my students, but still take the back seat on their learning. Every step of teaching is a collaborative experience, whether with my students, with my colleagues, the parents, or even the community. I want to foster kids' thinking so that they develop the problem solving and critical thinking skills needed to succeed educationally and in their own lives. Every student should have their needs met and their potential recognized and uplifted. My goal as a teacher is to provide students with a stimulating educational environment that gives them the opportunities to elevate their strengths and uniqueness. Every child brings something to the table, and it's important to me to identify their strengths and build off them. I never want a child to believe that they are less than or incapable of succeeding in my classroom. Learning is a process that is ever evolving, and there's no one right way to learn or absorb information or skills. Every child should be elevated in terms of their learning styles, and it's my duty as an educator to provide my students with the resources and options that they need to make the most of their education in a way that best suits them. Perfect teaching or teachers do not exist. However, my mission is to give students a next to perfect experience while under my instruction. To me, that means analyzing concepts and different viewpoints from different viewpoints or lenses. Making mistakes, because they are sure to happen on my end and theirs, and that is okay as long as we learn from them. And I want to instill the idea that learning goes far beyond the classroom. Every lesson should be intentional with what the goal is, and every lesson should allow students to do hands-on learning in some way. I want to incorporate a lot of group work to kind of nurture those collaborative skills, as well as their social skills that can be used outside of the classroom setting. Also, incorporating technology and interactive lectures is a way that I can ensure to meet multiple learning styles, students' needs, and ensure engagement. Above all else, I want my classroom to be a safe haven for students. A classroom is definitely a place for learning and education, but it's also a home away from home for students. They spend a lot of time in the classroom, and it should be a place where students feel safe to be themselves, voice their ideas, and think freely without judgment and negativity. I never want students to feel as though they have to conform to something that they are not, or to believe in something that they do not believe in. I don't want to be a dictator in education, for lack of better words. I want to be a facilitator and an effective listener and watcher. As an elementary educator, multiple subjects are being taught, and every teacher is going to have a different pedagogy, and students will endure these different teachings over their elementary career. Even with different practices of teaching, the most influential method, to me, my opinion, is to be hands-on in one's own education. Therefore, also to me, the constructivism theory is very important to me. To expect knowledge to be acquired from word of mouth or reading or just written assignments is a very bland and almost tunnel vision way of looking at education. Students need to be able to connect prior knowledge to current concepts being taught. Every subject stems heavily from the surrounding world outside of the system of education, and every student needs to start connecting what is being taught to how it applies to the world around them. It's important to me to question, challenge self-testing, guide problem-solving activities, and help students kind of develop their own insights upon a concept or a subject. It comes down to a fixed or growth mindset. Obviously, I want to nurture the growth mindset, and to me, that kind of goes along with, nurturing the constructivist approach. Students need to understand how and why things are and not really limit their information or resources to what is written in a book alone. I want them to test, create, challenge, apply things. The cog of the wheel of education should be rooted in interaction among student and teacher, negotiation, tossing around ideas and whatever, and ever evolving. And really for me to value student input and interests. And just like there's no one right way to teach, the same applies to my philosophy. This may change and evolve to be more relevant and beneficial over time and over my career. But that's kind of the basis of what I believe in for myself and my students, is to always be open-minded and ready to evolve. that's it.